Welcome to Unleashed, the podcast where we redefine leadership by focusing on what truly matters, the people driving change. Change leadership is about guiding people through transformation in a way that inspires them to embrace change because they believe in it. Whether you're a leader looking to foster a culture of growth or someone eager to break through barriers in life and business, this podcast is for you. Now our host, Wendi.
Welcome to the Unleash podcast. My name is Wendi and I am your host. Today we're joined by Ramin, who is a visionary entrepreneur, consultant, talk show host. His journey from immigrant dishwasher to CEO is nothing short of inspiring, so really excited to dig into that. As the founder of Black Ops Agency, he champions people-first leadership, helping businesses strengthen connections and empower their teams. Through his podcast, Talk to Ramin, he shares powerful stories of resilience and success, proving that with determination and the right mindset, anyone can create their own path to success. So Ramin, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Winnie. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here with you and talk about leadership and other subject that, we're going to talk.
Yeah, let's do it.
Have fun.
Well, Ramin, you spend your whole life helping people share their story. I find that so intriguing that that's actually a thing. So dig into that. How did you get here, and why is that such a big part of what you do?
I believe everyone has a story. Even you have a story. If I sit down with you and we start chatting like we do right now, but in more details, I promise you have some stories that you haven't shared with other people because two reasons. One, you think nobody cares, nobody's going to listen to it. Who am I going to help? Or you don't want to be vulnerable because some people, they think vulnerability is a sign of weakness. That's why they're not sharing their stories. Some people, they have great comeback stories, but they are not sharing it because they don't want to be judged. But they don't know the moment that you share your story, you will help so many other people. That's all. And when you do that, you change through that process because then you believe in, I can do it. Let me do it more. That's what the podcast is start. That's what people that have in the show, they go out there, they do speaking, they want to share their stories and help other people. When I came here in 1993, I couldn't even speak a word of English, nothing. And I started, washing dishes in the local pizza place called Oasis Pizza. And all day I was thinking that, okay, what I'm doing here. And it was tough because I came out of Iran and I went to Germany. I served in the war and, went back to Germany. And then I came to United States and I said, okay, I want to build a life. But when I started listening to people's stories, I couldn't even understand it, but I was grasping some of it. And I said, the only way that I'm going to survive and learn, I got to get with these people. And I started engaging and connecting with the people. Even though I couldn't even understand 80% of it, but I would just keep talking like a parrot.
Right. Just keep talking.
Like a parrot, believe it or not. One time, one of the delivery driver guy walking and, he told me, what's up? And believe it or not, I was looking at the ceiling. And I thought, okay, what is up there? It was so funny. Because Americans, they have a lot of slangs.
We do.
And I didn't know that. I was looking at the ceiling because my grammar, I could understand a little bit. And then they were laughing. And I said, what the heck these guys are laughing for? And then the next time he came and, he says, one of the guys asked him, hey, Kevin, what's up? Other driver. And he said, oh, man, I'm busy. And then I said, oh, okay, I got you. And the next time he asked me, what's up? I said, I'm busy. And he said, holy, he got it. I said, and then I have a notebook. I had a notebook. I still have it. I was writing things down like what is up equals like I'm busy. I came up with different sentences. That's how I learned English from people. That's what, that's how my story started. And then I went, became a pizza place manager, cook, name it. And then after 4 years, I owned my own Italian restaurant. and it was a very successful restaurant, voted the best Italian restaurant in Austin, Texas in 2010.
Yeah.
It was fun, but I owe everything to people. Everything. I learned everything from people.
So unpack that a little bit for us, Rami. How does an immigrant that comes to the US with $475 and a gym bag
Yep.
in 4 years become an owner of a restaurant? How does that work?
You know, this is all goes back to what is your goal? What is your mission? The moment that I came here, I saw something I didn't have. And unfortunately, a lot of people in the United States, they don't understand what they have. And for some immigrants like us, like from different part of different countries, they come here and you see a lot of CEOs right now from different countries. Name it, from the Google, India, Uber, Iranian. We see a lot of Persian people, CEOs. And why is that happening? Because we didn't have what you guys have. We didn't have the freedom. We didn't have, resources. But the thing is that here, people, the problem is not the resource they're facing. The problem is resourcefulness. Like, people don't understand that. You have to be resourcefulness. And then I saw this opportunity and I said, okay, how can I build this? How can I be somebody? How can I be me? Because I had goal and, I was 27 years old. And I start planning it out. Okay, now I'm a dishwasher. Now what are you going to do? Are you going to be a dishwasher for the rest of your life? No. And I started making a sandwich. And then I became like a manager for that pizza place. And one day I was driving around Austin. I came across this restaurant they called Mamma Mia's Italian Ristorante. And then I went over there and I said, I want to apply for a job. And they said, yeah, the only position we have is a dishwasher. I said, hell, again? I have to start from dishwasher? but then I had planned because I wanted to have my own restaurant. That was my goal, to have my own restaurant. And I said, the best way to do it is to learn from scratch. I got the job. I started washing dishes. After a month, I said, can I do prep? And I started prepping. Prep the menu, like chicken, everything else. And I still have it. I wish I would bring it here. And I was still taking note of prep, how you prep chicken, how you prep this, how you prep veal, how you make veal parmigiana, how you do this. And then I went be a salad guy. I went station by station. I learned everything. And then I moved to the front of the house and I said, can I be a busboy? And my English that time was much better. And I started bussing table to understand the floor chart, to understand how these people operate, waiter and waitresses, how they take order, and how to work with the point of sale system, POS now we call it. Then I learned all of that. And then one day I said, can I be a waiter? And they said, okay. They gave me the most crappiest section in the dining room, which is,
Of course they did.
nobody wanted to get, like, it was 30, 40, waiter staff. And I was making a lot of money. And then everybody wondered, what this guy, how this guy makes so much money? But they didn't know that. I knew the system. I knew the menu because I was back there. For example, if somebody would say that I want to have a veal piccata, I have an allergy to peas because it comes with the peas. Can you take out the peas? I said, I'm sorry, it's already mixed. I can't do it, but I can offer you this. But the other servers, they knew the menu, but they didn't know how to work it. I knew how to move ingredients because I was a cook back there. I was a line
Right.
cook. And that was in my advantages because I could make things happen. But then people would give me more money because I made them happy. So simple. I made them happy. And then, I asked the owner, I want to be a bartender. I started from bar backing, bartender. Make the story short, I became assistant manager and the general manager. And at that time, the owner says, we're going to move our restaurant to downtown Austin. We were in North Austin. And then he opened a temporary restaurant, Piccolo, Italian restaurant. And then I told him, can I buy it? And he said, what? I said, I know everything. I built it. Basically, I opened it for him. And then he said, okay. And I went, grabbed one of my friends. We all put money and, I bought it and I paid him off. And that restaurant was the best Italian restaurant in Austin. After that, of course, some other stuff happened and I sold it, got out. But the whole thing is that a lot of people, they don't understand. You got to pay the price.
Mm-hmm.
You got to pay the price.
Well, and I think there is this generation that comes into an organization, and I'm painting a generation with the same brush, and I don't mean to
Yes.
do that. And yet I do think that we have so many people coming into organizations today that, they want to make $100,000. They want to, start out in management and they haven't done the work. So when you're working with organizations, how do you create this culture where you got to do the work to earn the job? What does that look like?
Yes, thank you for asking that, but because that question is so close to my heart. I talk to so many leaders and organizations, as you know, and through my program, coaching, mentorship, whatever. But this is people don't understand. Any organization, from the top to the bottom, people are the most important assets to that organization.
Mm-hmm.
Period. CEO is just a title. Leadership is not about the title and the rank.
That's right.
It's about the people. Period. No question asked. But some people that they come, they expect that salary, as you said, or they haven't done the work. I'm not against education. I studied management information system. I got my degree at age 40, and I did it because to prove it to myself that, okay, you can do anything. I don't care. I was a single dad. I did it. The degree education is a tool. People don't understand. Is a tool. And like other tools, like a hammer, like a screwdriver,
Yeah.
whatever, it's a tool. Your experience is something that you have to earn, you have to gain, and that's not gonna happen until you roll your sleeves and says, how can I help? What can I do? That's what a lot of people they get out of universities with the computer science degree, master. We had it. We had interns from University of Texas in Austin. We get interns in our companies. They don't know anything.
Yeah. You still
They
got to
don't
have
know.
the experience.
They don't have experience, and they come here, and I ask them, "Can you give me a cost-benefit analysis for this project?" They know how the formula works, but they don't know how to interact with the clients to get that information or put it in actually to perspective. So experience is so important, and the only way they're gonna get it, I hope somebody listening, the only way they're gonna get it, they have to go do it.
Yeah.
They
That's
have to
right.
go do it. It doesn't matter. Get less money, work for free. I don't care. Work for free, for internship, whatever. Just go and learn. And then when you learn on the job and then you have the knowledge as a tool, you're going to be unstoppable.
Yeah. So it doesn't become an option. You got to do the work
Yep.
to be able to get to where you want to go. And it seems like, Rami, in your life, you've taken these bold risks and you've taken on challenges. And so how does that manifest into how you coach leaders today?
I always tell people, if you want something, you want to go get it. If you want to manifest something, you got to visualize it. You got to put yourself in that situation. I give you an example. I do speaking, and I remember one of my first biggest speaking gig that I got, it was from University of Texas, and I was actually talking for Project Management Institute for project managers. And then I have a friend, dear friend, I love him, and he said, dude, listen, you got to go get an accent coach. People, they're not going to understand you. I speak 5 languages. And I said, really? And I was so naive. And I said, do you know anybody? And he said, yeah, he's a lady in LA, and she's an accent coach. Just call her. And I called her up, and I told her my story. I said, I'm having a big speaking engagement. I haven't done this like amount of the audience, and I'm nervous. I'm afraid that they're not going to understand what I'm talking about. And she said, why did you call me? I said, to change my accent, to, get the American accent. And she said, the people that I coach as an accent coach, they're going to act to be somebody else. Like I I coach actresses in LA, in Hollywood to be that person. They get a British accent to fit into that character. But you have to be you. It's got to be you. And I'm not going to help you because you don't understand right now. Go on the stage and be you and do you. And I said, okay. And I went on the stage. It was me, and I did it. It was very good. I had a standing ovation. It was very good. And then 4 weeks later, a lady called me from Seton Hospital, and she said, I want you to come and speak for our hospital staff. I said, how did you find me? She said, one of my friends said, I know a speaker with an accent. He's so cool. And, this is a story that I'm telling you. I tell everybody because you have to visualize. It's got to be you. If you want to manifest everything, number one, pay the price and believe it. And then go out there and make it happen. And believe that other people, someday not going to see it, but someday will. And the moment that, everything will change.
Yeah. Well, and is that how you started in this passion of storytelling? Because I know that's a big part of what you're passionate about. So is that really where all that started?
Yes. Be honest with you, I started a Talk to Ramin show almost three years ago, and I'm all about the people and the stories. And even when I talk to the leaders, the first question I ask them, I say, how did you start this company? Why? I'm so fascinated by people's story. It doesn't matter who they are. I have interviewed Beyonce's father. I have interviewed politicians, law enforcement, drug addicts, the comeback stories, Playboy bunnies, name it. All sort of people.
That's quite a wide range.
Exactly, because I believe everyone has a story, and they have comeback story that I told you earlier. We all can learn from. Therefore, when I'm going to this coaching, I'm going to these leaderships, and I'm talking to people, I am attracted by their story, and then we build them based on their stories, why they do for what they do. That's all about that. And then when I saw all that stuff, I said, okay, let's have a talk show. Let's have a podcast on the talk show. And it's working well because it's my learning platform, it's my educational platform. Right now, Talk to Ramin show, I don't make any money out of it, no sponsorship. I learned so much when it's so much, like learning from you right now, learning from anybody that I interviewed. I asked the question that I want to know.
Yeah.
Those so important that all of us, we have something to share.
Yeah.
Especially our leaders.
So why don't more leaders share their story? What holds a leader back from sharing their story?
Actually, this is a question I asked a couple of them because they don't want to be judged.
And is that fear?
As a judge, fear of judgment, fear of, rejection, fear of perception. They don't want to do that, and that therefore they don't want to be vulnerable. One of the things that I tell every leader, even I applied in my own company, if you don't know something, ask. I'm vulnerable. I can tell you right now, every weekend, I'm vulnerable. I ask. I'm a very vulnerable person. Like I have asked a 23-year-old kid here, and I'm 58. I said, I don't know how to work with this. Can you help me out? And he says, sir, are you serious? I said, yes, I'm serious. This is your generation. It's not mine. But I learn fast. And he put kind of like a class for me. and I said, thank you so much. And he was so happy that, okay, I'm teaching my CEO to do this. And he went told everybody that, guess what, guys? Today my CEO asked me, he didn't know this, but I'm putting a class for him for a couple of sessions to teach him how to work with this. It's good because that person is motivated right now to do the great things for the company that would benefit my clients. Because what? Because I was vulnerable. Imagine that I wasn't. I know it all. A lot of leaders, they do that. I know it all. That's what they get into trouble.
Right.
That's what they get into trouble. They're not asking. You don't know about the number. If you're a CEO, call your CFO. Stay in your lane. If you don't know marketing, rely on CMO, because a lot of leaders, they think they can do it all They are micromanagers. Don't do it. If you hire a CMO, you hire him or her for the purpose of their knowledge, of their work. Stay out of their line. You can give them a feedback, you can discuss, you can learn, but don't micromanage them. You trust or you don't trust your people. Most of the leaders don't understand that trust is everything. You got to trust your people. Yes, they're going to make mistakes. Yes. They're going to fail. Yes, many times. But tell them, get up, dust yourself, keep going. I'm right behind you. The leader is the first one to get, the last one to get out, the first in to get in. It's just like that. Leaders don't understand that.
Yeah.
But I have actually talked to so many leaders that they understand these aspects, but they're not used to it. They're going against the norm. Oh, the norm is not like that. So you're an executive, you're a CEO. I said, dude, you just got a title.
Yeah.
One day I was in the office and I have a staff. I was Windexing the mirror in the ladies' room. And then he said, sir, what are you doing? I said, man, you don't know ladies are so sensitive about cleaning the mirrors to see their makeups and everything. And then he said, oh, really? I said, yeah, pay attention to details, dude.
It's so true.
Yeah, and I did that. And, as a leader, you are part of an organization. You're a part of the tribe. It's a tribe that you create, and you have to lead them. You can't leave them behind. You have to lead them. But, I had a friend that he's got close to 200 employees. And I said, what was the last time you talked to these people? He said, I don't know. Once in a while we have these meetings and, over Zoom and, I talk to him. I said, when was the last time you actually talked to each of them? He said, I don't do that. I said, okay, let's do a simple calculation. He said, oh, really? I said, yeah, let's do this. It's fun. And I said, each person, you're going to call each person 10 people a day, for example. Each call is going to take you 1 minute, right? It's going to be 10 minutes a day. You're telling me you don't have 10 minutes a day for your organization to call somebody and I say, hey, John, how are you? You've been working for me for 10 years. How is the family? How is everybody? You doing okay? You need anything? I just want to tell you I'm here if you need anything. I have an open door policy, or you can shoot me an email or leave me a message. How hard is that? Really, how hard is that? People don't do that. And you know what is the excuse? I got so many other things to do, man. I'm busy. No, your people comes first.
That's right. Well,
and then your client.
And Rami, I don't know about your experience. When I'm doing consulting work, and one of the first things that I do is I look at their mission statement, I look at their core values, and then my next thing is I want to know how their customers experience that. I also want to know how their internal people experience that. And so often they have these magnificent people first mission statements. They're this beautiful plaque on the wall, and yet it's not lived out every single day. And I think part of that is, in fact, that we aren't intentionally putting people first because there are so many other things. We need to drive profits. We need to drive revenue. We need, it's a big responsibility to run a company. And so I know that's one of your passions is people over profits.
Oh, yeah.
So how do we create a culture where this mission statement of people first is not just a plaque on the wall, it's part of the culture? How does that play out?
This is the things. I agree with you. I read a lot of mission statements. I call it shiny objects. I read that. And the things is that we write those mission statements, but we're not actually doing it.
That's right. We're not living it out.
We're not living it out. We're not doing it. Like, I have a military background. We said one for all for one. We mean it. We don't leave a man behind. We mean it. Never. They're dead, you bring them back. That's how it works. But in an organization, if they have that mentality that the people comes first, and then your clients will be happier because your people are happy and your clients are happy. I was talking to Marcus Lemonis. I talked to Marcus, and we were, behind the, green room, we were talking. And, he's got a model, people, process, and product. Okay, you can have a product. You can have your process. Okay, that's fine. But the most important part of that equation is the people, because people can make you or break you. Simple as that. And if you have that mission statement, but you're not actually doing it, and it's just a mission statement, it's just a mission statement. You have to actually, you believe it. Believing it is, everything. When you believe it, you see it.
So how do you help leaders actually prioritize people? Because they do have a product to sell. Process is important. How does people become such a part of the culture that's lived out?
For that reason, I created a model, and we're going to talk about that.
And you have a book coming out that
Yes,
introduces this
actually,
model, right?
Yes, actually, we're going to talk about that because I was going to tell these people, I was sitting down and telling them, explaining them that people come to, I said, okay, let me create a model that these guys actually don't understand. And I work on it. I work on it for a couple of years, and they call it the CEO model, CEO, and it stands for Connect, Educate, Offer. And I said, okay, that's the only way to explain this to people. We all need to connect with one another, right? Now you're connecting with me. We never met before, but we are connecting.
And we were meant to connect as people,
Exactly.
I believe.
Exactly. We're connecting with each other. And now what we're doing is I am educating you about myself, and you educating yourself about me. That's the second part, connect, educate. And what is my offer at the end of this call or interview? It would be this: Wendy, I'm always here. If you need anything, please do not hesitate. I have another good friend like you in my circle that I can trust and I can talk to anytime. That's my offer. And people don't understand, especially leaders, they don't. If you connect with your people and educate them about your mission, your purpose, your values, your beliefs, and then let them talk and listen, because more leaders, they have to understand that they should listen more often. They have to listen more to their people. That's what they are not listening. I give you an example. There's when you have a salesperson and then his number is down, you have two options. You go to his cubicle or to your desk, whatever. You say, hey, your number is down, John, and our sales is down. I don't know, we might let you go. That's one way to talk. The next thing, you go in there and say, hey, John, how's it going? How's family? How's your wife? How are the kids? Everything is okay, because lately I saw your numbers is going down. Is anything okay?
Right.
Something
What's
is
happening?
What's happening? Something is happening that you don't tell me, or anything you think I can help with to bring these numbers up, because personal life sometimes affect work life, and work life sometimes affect. I'm always here to listen, man. I'm always here for you, to help you, because you're an amazing salesperson. This is a two different approach.
Right.
You're connecting, you're educating, and your offer, I am here for you. That's what people, they want to know. And sometimes some people don't get it, even you offer them, and they're not built for that. Respectfully said, I think this is not going to work for you, but there's other option, maybe it would fit your life or your business or whatever. But we as a leader, we have to understand, we have to talk to people, and we have to listen. We have to connect with them. Nobody sells anymore.
Well, and Rami, I think that just from my upbringing and my training was always business is business. Keep your personal life out of it. If you're a manager, don't ask about their personal life. So I think a lot of our leaders have been taught keep the personal life out of it. So how do we start to create these cultures where it's not only okay, it's encouraged to talk to people about how's it going in your personal life, and that we no longer have to separate business and personal life because
Yes,
it's part of who we are.
yes. And we are, as a human, we all want attention. You know it. I know it. I want attention. You want attention. We all want that attention.
I'm the youngest of four daughters, so my whole life I've been going, I'm here, hello,
Yeah, I'm the oldest son.
fighting for attention. You're the
I give
oldest of how
attention.
many?
Three.
Three.
And
Okay.
and I give attention to all of them. I'm a flag holder. But this is the thing that the leaders, they don't understand. I totally agree with you that they have to really be more understanding of people's personal life, personal lives, and that's so important. Yeah, business is business. I heard that many times. You come here, you just work, okay? But how that person can work where his mind is elsewhere?
Yeah.
And that's not gonna work. Like I have people coming here that I feel when I see him. I walk in the morning, I say he or she is not in a good mood or what's going on. I pull them aside, I say, what's going on? I just happened with my girlfriend. I said, this is what you're gonna do. Go take a break, go home, work from home, and relax.
Yeah.
And then do that. And he said, are you serious? I said, yeah, go.
Mm.
Do you need anything I can help you with? And he said, no, thank you. Are you sure? I said, yeah, I'm positive, man. Go do whatever. Go take care of your stuff and think about it. Life is too short, man. Try to solve it. And then that's it. My staff turnover ratio is so low, nobody can believe it. Because we are a family. Like when we eat here on Fridays and we drink after like 5 p.m. after work hours, we have like on Fridays we have parties. And then we're not talking about work. We're talking about, hey, how's Jenna doing? Is your wife? And how's the kids? Oh, how they bring their kids? We do this. We are a family. And then we trust one another. Yeah, we have flaws. We all have. I have. Do you think I'm perfect? Hell no. I am way, way out there. I'm not perfect at all. And none of us are perfect, but we are perfect as one. That's what people they don't get. When we all come together, things happen.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of leaders, CEOs, they don't understand. It's not you, dude. It's not you. It's your team. Without your team, you are nobody.
That's right.
Nobody. I am nobody without my staff. I do not exist. I can't do anything. I can do some, but I need my people. And I appreciate them to be here helping me. And I admit that publicly. Here you go. I love that.
Well, and I know that you say your team is family. And I think, a lot of the businesses that I work with, they are very intentional to not call their teams family because that implies a permanent relationship. And so then if I have to performance manage somebody who is my family, it makes it a little more difficult. So in a culture where it is a family culture, is there a liability?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We have performance review. We have liabilities. We have HR policies. We got everything you need. I give you an example. I have a kid. I got 3 kids, and they're adult, and I love them to death. I recently have a situation. I said, baby, sit down here. What you did is not going to work. And I tell you why. I love you, but this is not going to work, and this is going to be changed. Otherwise, another decision would be made. And she said, okay. The same thing with the staff. Yeah, we have issues sometimes. I said, you can't do this with the clients. You know that we have to respond to clients quick, but if you need help, ask me. We have a write-up. We write up people. We have this. It's like in military. It's not just that we are family. It's a brotherhood. People don't understand. It's a brotherhood, but we have discipline.
Right.
That's what Black Ops agency is. If infrastructure of the company is all based on the military base. We are family, we're together, but we are structured and we have policies and procedures and we respect one another. That's it. Respect is the biggest thing here. I actually fired one of my high paying clients because the way he talked to my staff in front of me in my office.
Boy, that says a lot.
Yep, I fired him in the parking lot, and I said, you could not talk to my staff like that. You done. And he said, we have a contract. I said, I don't care. You done. And I did it. It was $10,000 a month. I did it, and my staff said, you shouldn't do that. I said, yes, you're worth more than that. And that's it. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And sometimes I let the staff go too. I said, we are family. You don't get it. We do not leave a person behind. We're going to be there because somebody asked her to help. And she said, it's not my job. I said, that's not going to work. That's not, if you don't know, find the answer, go help. We work as a team. And yes, I agree with you. Some people, because some leaders, they really get so lovey-dovey,
Mm-hmm.
and you got to have the boundaries too.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have a boundaries. You can't be just,
Yeah.
oh, we are family, yes, but we have laws. Like
Right. There are
if you have a
rules of the family.
if you have a kids at home, who takes the trash out
Mm-hmm.
on Tuesday night? Oh, I have a chore and I gotta go do my chores, and here you go. I'm taking the trash out on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
You love him. Did you clean? Did you wash? Did you vac? Exactly like that. But I think everything goes back to our leaders. I don't think so. The people are the problem.
Yeah,
We train them, we
that's right.
respect them, we admire them. It all comes from the leaders, the people that actually in the front.
Mm-hmm.
The country is like that too, We see it
That's
in
right.
the politician, in politics.
That's right. Well, you hit a little bit on a question that I had for you about the
Yeah.
name of your company. So the name of your company is Black Ops Agency.
Yes.
That seems very intentional.
Yes, yes. Actually, I paid a lot of money to get that name and the domain, because my military background, and I was one of them, and I just want to keep the name alive, and the whole company is based on that principle of the army. And no, I'm not saying here everybody go push-ups and everything. No, it's
Yeah.
just the mentality of it that we really respect one another. We die for each other. And,
Mm-hmm.
like I had an employee that he needed the help, and his wife, was somewhere she needed. I jumped into my car and I went over there and I helped his wife. And this is what we do. This is who we are. And yes, we have our challenges, like any other organization, of course. Goes up and down, of course. But, and I can tell you because I love the stories when COVID happens. This is really a lot of leaders they have to understand. When you have a good company, when people they take in ahead for you.
Mm.
COVID happened, we lost one of our biggest fitness clients, hundreds of thousands of dollars. I had to lay off people, probably 7, 8 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I set up a meeting and I said, guys, this is happening. We lost the clients. We have a couple of options. We can't get paid. And they were looking at me, and I said, go think about it and let me know what you want to do, because I have to lay off some of you. And then the following Monday, they all came back, and we sat down, and they all said, we are in. I said, what do you mean you're in? He said, we're going to ride the wave with you. We don't want to get paid, but we're going to do the work. I said, what? I said, we're going to be with you. And this is the rule. None of us is going to get paid, including you. I said, amen.
Mm.
We really ran that wave with each other for months. And we came out of it stronger. They did a side job, side work, Ubers Eat. We all did everything we could to survive our families.
Yeah.
But we did not leave each other behind.
Mm.
And that was so touching for me. I'd never forget in my life. And I
Yeah.
owe it to them. That's what I'm saying. The people can make you or break you. I can't
That's
do
right.
anything without them. And I always tell them, they didn't leave me. Why have to leave them? That's
Mm.
what a lot of people, they don't understand that. The CEO takes it like a huge salary, and then they lay off people. Okay, don't get paid. Don't get paid. You have enough. Don't get paid. At least keep 5 of them, 6 of them, 10 of them, 10 families. But they don't think like that.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know why.
Yeah. Well, I know, one of the leadership trends that I'm seeing that really falls into what we're talking about. I just had a guest on my show, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, Maria Ross, and
Yeah.
she lives her entire life talking about empathy
Oh,
in the
yeah.
selling process, empathy in leadership, and the power of a leader coming alongside someone and just standing in someone else's shoes. And I
Yep.
think that's what we're talking about. And,
Absolutely.
I'm curious, just in the last, I would say, year or two, empathy has become a big subject in the leadership world.
Yes, because since COVID, I think we all lost it.
Yeah.
You know, I believe that COVID really changed a lot of people, a lot of organizations, because everybody started working from home. The
Right.
human connection was gone.
Yeah.
The person to person, face to face was gone. That emotional attachment was gone. Because when you work with somebody under one roof for 8 hours, that's a lot. Like I spend more with my staff, right, rather than my wife.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I told her I spend more time with them than her.
Yeah.
You know, I go home at 7 p.m., go to bed at 10, 3 hours a night. I spend 8 hours here with these people. Of course, they're going to affect my life. And the empathy is not going to happen when you're not living under one roof or you're not executing it. Empathy is everything. You really have to have empathy for other people. As you said, put yourself in their shoes,
Yeah.
what they're going through, what they feel, how they feel it. And then when you understand that, and then you can make better decisions. I'm not saying just be totally lovey-dovey. No, it's just have an understanding of
Yeah.
people, that what they go through. And
Right.
one of the things that I think we don't have empathy because we're not grateful.
Oh, so you think there's a direct connection between
We're not
empathy and
grateful.
gratitude?
Yeah. And I tell you, as an immigrant, when I came here, I have so much gratitude. Oh my God. Every day I get up, I say, thank you, God.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, God. I've been here for 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a United States citizen. And I've been here for every time I go under the U.S. flag, I said, thank you. You gave me what I needed it. I'm always grateful for what I have, for the people around me. And then therefore, I have empathy for people because I'm grateful and I understand that. For the people, they don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, if I eat just bread for a week, I don't care.
Yeah.
Done that, been there. But you got to have an empathy for people when they lost their loved ones, when they go through, you know, rough time. I had a friend just message me on the LinkedIn last night. She said, hey, my husband, I brought it home. He's a dear friend. I brought it home from hospice and I need your prayers. I said, dear, I'm here always. And we are texting since last night. I said, let me know how she's doing. I said, you know, the passing or a death is not as termination, is a transition. Trust me,
Mm-hmm.
it's a transition. It's not termination. We're all gonna go. And then
Yeah.
when you understand that, and when you're holding on to things that you can't take it, you never saw a U-Haul behind a hearse. Who took it? Nobody. Chinese, they tried, they got robbed.
Right.
You know, but you know, it doesn't work like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what, you know, empathy in organizations and being as a leader is so important. And just think about it for a second, what my people are going through. Even as a performance, even anything else, the sales perform, whatever, you have to understand them. You have to feel them. Even in the relationship,
Mm-hmm.
even in a relationship, I have to have empathy for my kids or my wife. It's not going to work. What she's going through, we have to understand that it's a big part of our lives and our work, I
Yeah.
think. And thank you for bringing that up. That was so important.
Yeah. Well, and you brought up your family. So you say that your family is your rock.
Yep.
How did your family become this rock that just empowers everything that you do?
It's I really have to say thank you to my wife because she's been up and down with me, you know. Entrepreneurship is not easy. It's not for
It
everybody.
is not easy.
You know it. I know it. And
Mm-hmm.
everybody wants to be entrepreneur these days. I want to go make my own money. No, you work more hours than you work for somebody else
That's right.
first. Second, you have to sacrifice. Third, you have to take the pain. And you have to balance all of it.
Mm-hmm.
And my wife, she always been on my side, no matter what. To the thick and the thin, it just, and my kids as well too. Actually, one actually here works for me, and actually he's gonna, you know, hold the baton. I'm about to just pass him the baton, and he's gonna have it. But the things is that when you have people that are standing beside you and just put their hand over your shoulder and said, "You got it. I'm here.
Yeah.
You got it." That's so important. That's so important because If you're not good with your family, you're not going to be good in business. It's going to affect you because the way you treat your family is going to be the way you treat your staff.
Yeah, that's very true.
It's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. Just my mom and dad. My dad passed away last year, but they lived together for like 62 years. I never ever heard my dad disrespect my mom. And for me, that's a strange thing. I never disrespected my staff. Even the highest I was mad, I didn't do it. It's not me. Because that's how I grew up. That's how I learned things. That's what, as a leaders, we have to be a role model. We have to show them the way. Because this generation, they're going to be a generation. They're going to run this company. They're going to run the companies. They're going to run this country. And we have to light up the way.
Yeah, for sure.
And this is our job. It's not a title. It's what we can do for them to make them a better person. That's what a lot of people don't understand, that we have a job to do. We have a job to do. Being a CEO, it's just not that. You're responsible for so many lives.
Yeah, it's so true.
But
So you clearly are making the world better one person at a time, one leader at a time,
one person
CEO
at
at
a
a
time.
time.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
so, at the end, we've talked about so much, your CEO model,
Yeah.
that book's coming out. We'll be really excited to hear about that. I'm curious, you talk about your respect, you talk about your vulnerability and your transparency and your empathy and, building an organization of people who know that people do come first and it's not just
Yes.
a mission statement on the wall. So, with all of that, how do you measure your success professionally?
Me, by the lives that I'm changing. Like, I have a mission that always, since I came to this country, I promised myself one thing. God, Lord, if you help me to make it, I will help one person a day.
Mm,
And every day before midnight, I have to do something. I've been doing this for many, many years. That can be making a phone call, do an introduction, somebody looking for a job, helping the lady with the grocery bag as a grocery store, call a friend and says, do you need anything? I got to do something. I go bananas if I don't do it. Like, this is my personal mission. I give back. I help with no expectations. This is so important for people to understand that you can give with no expectations and you feel much, much, much better. If they don't understand, it's on them, not you. But my mission is to help one person a day. And if I can do two, that's fine. If I can do three, but my mission is to one person a day, and I'm doing it every day. Like, I had a friend, he called me yesterday, said, do you need any plumber? I said, yeah, I got a good plumber. He's my friend. And I put him in touch. He's good. It was a winter, and it was good. He said, oh, I got my warm water back. I said, good. We all can do that, and we are capable of doing it.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. We are selfish.
Yeah, we are.
We are
We live in
selfish.
a me first. I got back. I live in Orlando, Florida, and I just got back from being with my son over the holidays for Christmas, and he lives in Scottsdale. And I was just amazed how many people are just in this world, me first, and what kind of car do I drive, and what kind of
Oh,
house
yeah.
do I have, and there were just very rare occurrences that I really experienced people outside of our sphere who are putting others first versus living in this me first economy. So I love that that's how you measure your success is what are you doing for others? Because that is just the antithesis, I think, of where this world is headed.
Yeah, because unfortunately, most of us, we live by perception, not by perspective.
Yeah.
When you live by perception, as you said, you see, okay, oh, he's got this, he's got that. But
Right.
money, I always say that, brings comfort and memories. It doesn't bring happiness. I have so many friends. They got money, all the money in the world, but they're not happy. They are asking me, are you happy? I said, yeah, I'm happy, dude. I don't have the money you have, but I'm happy. Yeah, I don't need the Ferrari. I'm okay. But when you think as perspective, you put yourself in the perspective shoes, you see from the other side. You see from outside the ring and say that, oh my God, what is happening here? That's what the intelligence comes when you think from the perspective, not from perception. And that's what a lot of intelligence model is based on, that perspective, not perception.
Yeah. Because otherwise we're comparing
Oh,
ourselves to
all
everybody
day,
else, and
all
that will
day,
never bring happiness.
all day, all day. And that's the worst thing you can do, because you are the only person on this planet Earth. One Wendy exists. That's it. One DNA. That's all. And you are powerful behind imagination. We all. But we have to believe it first. And we can change so many things. And change is not, or helping is not just by giving money. Everybody thinking, oh, I don't have enough money, I can't help. No, just, when was the last time you called your loved one or sister or brother, said, thank you, I just want to say I love you for being there for me, I'm thinking about you.
Mm-hmm.
Or any friend or anybody that you love or respect.
Yeah.
That would change somebody's life. That's all they need sometimes, to
Yeah.
listen. To listen, and you call and they listen and say, oh, thank you. I didn't
Yeah.
think you were thinking about me. So, yeah, I'm thinking about you, man. Sometimes you can text, I text you when I get your message. You can text me when you have time. Totally different scenario.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you know your friends.
Yeah. Well, and you're so right. We've gotten into this world where we're in this electronic digital
Oh,
world.
yeah.
And so often it's like, just Wendy, pick up the phone. Pick up the phone.
I'm a big fan of that. Like, if, a lot of people say, oh, I got 1 million followers, 1 million friends. You don't have 1 million friends, dude.
No.
You don't have followers. You're
Yeah.
just entertaining, or
Mm.
you're educating some people. Yeah, they listen, but the whole thing of my Instagram or my channel is to help and educate people. If I want to change one person's life,
Yeah.
one person's listen to this conversation that you and I we have, and one leader, one person learns something and go actually apply it, you and I, we did our job. That's it.
Right. Yeah.
That's it. That's all. Imagine
And,
that we all think like that.
and that costs no money.
No
It
money.
just takes being intentional.
Exactly.
And I love it. The root of your model is
Exact
connection.
connection. Is everything is connection. If you can connect with your husband, your loved one, your
Mhm.
boyfriend, your fiance, that relationship is not gonna work.
Right.
Trust me, it's not gonna work. The sex will go away, beauty will go away, everything will go
That's
away.
right.
But when you
That's right.
cannot connect, it's done. You can connect with your prospects, you can sell, it's done. It's all about how you connect, and the art of connecting is so important. How you
Yeah.
know to connect.
Yeah.
Business card is dead. Selling is dead. Nobody sells anymore.
That's right. That's right. Because it's all
Nobody
about
sells.
connecting. It's all
Yep,
about relationship. It's all about
exactly.
that authentic experience,
And
which
care, and
and
care.
care is just crucial.
It's care. It's
So Rami,
so amazing.
for our listeners that are listening to this going, yeah, I don't think I'm that leader that's connecting. I don't think that I'm that leader that truly is prioritizing people over process and product. And, what advice would you give to our listeners? Where do they start to drive that personal and professional growth through connection?
The connection is they have to first, and the most thing, they have to understand the environment.
Mm.
They have to really audit their environment. Audit their environment and then understand their people. And then if they don't know how to connect with people, I know a lot of CEOs, they're introvert.
Mm-hmm.
They said, oh, I'm just the numbers. Go get help, or
Yeah.
put somebody as your chief people officer.
Right.
I don't know what title you want to give them,
Yeah.
but somebody that has to be in connection with your people. If you can't do it, put somebody in charge, put your executive assistant, whatever it is. Start learning how to connect with people, with your people, and then outside. And it's a skill you can learn, but you need to practice, and you got to be vulnerable. Again, those people, they don't want to be vulnerable. I know this vulnerability is a huge thing right now with me.
Yeah.
It's a lot of us, we don't want to be vulnerable. We said, oh, I don't care. I don't want to tell him. I don't want to, this is right here. I don't want to tell him. Why? I don't know. I don't want him to think that I'm weak. I hear this all the time. I said, dude, you're already weak if you don't do it.
Right.
That's not a sign of weakness. You know, 3 words, if they're alcoholic people, they can say it, they're not going to be alcoholic. I need help.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm not shy about that. Everything I need help, I raise my hand all the time. Always in the office, say, hey, somebody here, can you help me? And I love it. I got used to it. It's just fun. And it makes me a better person, and I'll be more knowledgeable about the subject that I'm asking. And, you know, it's good. I love talking to people because I learn so much.
And Rami, I love that when you raise your hand, what happens is 3 other people raise their
Oh,
hands
yeah.
and go,
Oh,
"Oh, so you're asking questions. I'm going to ask questions." And then we start to have, a team of people who are vulnerable, and it all starts with you.
yep. And then have you been in the meeting that after the meeting, the CEO, the manager, does anybody have any questions? And then nobody asks any
Everybody's
questions,
looking around.
looking around. And in my meetings, I said, anybody has a question? I see a lot of, hands. And I say, yeah, because I made them like that.
That's right.
I create that environment that they feel comfortable, that they're
Yeah.
going to discuss their mind without any like a judgment. I'm not going to kind of judge them based on their answer.
That's right.
It's just they're gonna say what they feel. Oh, I had actually a couple of days ago, one of my guys said that, oh, I don't think so. I agree with this. I said, okay, good. This is a whiteboard. Tell me what you think. Maybe we can fix it.
Yes.
And I said, I'm not agree with. I said, okay, I like it. Just put it on the board, educate us, enlighten us. Maybe we crack something, and maybe
That's
we
right.
come up with a better decision. And after an hour, we changed our strategy and we started doing that. And he said, you really want to do that? I said, yeah, what is the worst case scenario? We are in the same place we were yesterday. We just tried. Maybe your model works.
Yeah.
And he was shocked. He's still shocked.
Well,
And I said, yeah,
and Rami, the ownership, I can see how your retention would be super
yeah.
high
Oh, yeah.
because, the ownership that comes with that, we're not always going to change directions.
Oh,
And yet by one person raising their hand and saying, you know what, I don't agree. And so we don't have this yes person culture.
yes.
And then to actually have the flexibility to change directions, I want to be a part of that business.
Oh, absolutely. This is the business that we have here. Every day we are creative.
Yeah.
Every day. And I tell everybody, every person has to give me one creative idea every week. I don't
So
care
good.
what it is. I don't care what it is. And somebody came, hey, how about we change the coffee machine this way? I said, good, let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah,
It doesn't matter
absolutely.
it doesn't matter what it is. Every big things start from small things.
Yeah.
And then when we understand that actually running a company, be honest with you, it's not that hard. I swear to God. It's running at 10 people or 200 people or 2,000, it's not that hard. If you have a blueprint, it should be easy.
Yeah. Well, and
But
I think
people, they
that's
make it so complicated. We are a
the key.
human.
Do we have the blueprint, right?
Yeah, yeah. And then, this is the thing. As a human, we like to make everything complex.
Yeah.
Make it simple.
Mm,
Simple. Simple, it always work.
yeah.
Always work. Make it so simple. Relationships are so simple. I love you, you love me, I respect you, I listen. It's so simple. Why divorces are happening? Because nobody wants to listen.
Yeah. And they put themselves first,
Yep, nobody
right?
wants to listen. It's,
It does sound so simple, Robbie.
yeah, yeah.
Is
For
it really
me,
that simple?
yeah, yeah. Every person that I talk to say it's so simple for you because you got used to it. I said,
Yeah.
no. Actually, I was talking to a friend a couple of days ago, and she's got some dating problem, and then she said, "You can be a great dating coach." I said, "No, hell no."
I would agree with that.
I said, that's not my area. But life is good. We make life better every day if we wanted to.
Yeah,
And then
for
we can
sure.
help our people if we wanted to. And we can make this world a better world if we wanted to. It all goes back to us again.
Yeah.
It all goes back to us. You against you. That's
Yeah.
it.
You
That's
against you. I love that.
Yep. It's all about that. And then when you figure that thing out, everything will be okay. Because life is too short.
Yeah.
Life is too short. And just
Short.
do the right thing. Help other people with what you have. It's not the money. Help other people with what you have.
Yeah.
Give with no expectation.
Mm,
Giving is better than receiving because by giving, you create a better life for yourself and your people around you.
right.
That's what people don't understand.
Yeah.
It's simple.
Well, you are clearly a change
Uh,
maker out there, and I
oh my
appreciate
God.
that about you so much. And
Thank
so,
you.
so Rami, what's next for you? What are some things that you have wanted to accomplish that you haven't?
My things is actually in 2025, be honest with you, I'm gonna take the show to the next level.
Mm,
And I have some people that I'm going after to interview and created a platform, seminar, summit. I'm trying to, create a summit and, invite all the speakers. And this is gonna be just for no pay. It's just going to be helping platform for other people. And
hmm
if that speaker, that authority, whoever it is that I have in my mind, they agree with the mission, they will come and do it, because together we can help so many other people,
hmm
so many other people.
Yep.
And I think my existence in this world has a purpose.
hmm
Like I'm here for some reason.
Yeah,
We all here for some reason.
that's right.
And my reason is to help as many people as possible, because legacy is everything.
hmm
Legacy is everything. Legacy, you're not going to be defined by how much money you made. You're going to
That's
be
right.
defined by how many people you helped.
hmm
That's it. People forget. How much money you had, forget. But how many people you helped, they're always going to remember your name. And that's what we are here. I'm here to create a better life for myself and my family and other people, and give, and you shall receive. I have a nice life. I got a nice company. I got a nice people around me, and I'm grateful for the people that they love me and they are here with me
hmm
every step of the way. And that's amazing. I am
hmm
blessed, really. I'm blessed.
You are very blessed.
I love this country. I love these people, and I love the people that they are with me. And that's the most important thing in life, to be
Yeah.
happy, and fulfill, and be grateful every
hmm
every day.
Yeah. Well, helping people is clearly one of your, one of, if not the legacy that you for
Yes.
sure will leave behind because of your intentionality. And so I think about our listeners who are tuning in today, and I always want to leave our listeners with an action. So for our listeners who are, just starting to explore this whole idea of people first and really truly living that out and creating culture, not just in their professional lives, in their personal lives, where do people start? What action can they take to experience greater purpose and leave greater impact?
One one thing we all can do to just kind of audit ourselves. And by auditing ourselves, it means if you're listening or you're watching, just think about yourself for a second. What God has given you, what you
Mm,
have right now. Is it your health? Is it your wife, your family, your kids? Number one is be grateful for what
mhm,
you have. Really, for what you have, your roof above your head, whatever, your job, be grateful. When you understand that, then you can create empathy for other people and
mhm,
have empathy for other people, understand the empathy, and then go out there and connect with people.
mhm,
Connect with people. People out there, they need you. We all need one another. When you connect with another person, you don't know their life. You don't know what they went through, and they don't know what you have been through. But when you discuss that, you created a better memory, you created a better person. You will be in a better place
mhm.
because you start connecting with people and understanding, and you have an empathy. You will be much, much, much happier. Happiness comes from you. The
Mhm.
key to happiness is in your pocket. It's not anybody's pocket. You make you happy or you make yourself miserable. And some
Yeah.
people, they choose to be miserable. Some people choose to be happy.
Yeah.
But start by understanding yourself, have empathy, and go out there and actually execute it. Talk to people, connect with people. Just,
Mm.
just talk to people. You know, it starts from Starbucks.
That's right.
You don't know how many connections I have made in the Starbucks. You cannot believe it.
Well, and
And
I think It's so interesting. You go into different coffee shops, and it is so true. So many people who are working from home now are actually going to a coffee shop because they're no longer going to the office. And it's so true that as human beings, we not only want that connection, we need it. And whether we want to admit that or not, it's
I tell you a last story, I promise. I
no, I
was,
love your
when
stories.
when I started the company like many years ago, I used to work in a coffee shop with one guy, one of my guys, and then we were getting a coffee. And one day, I was sitting, and I got up to get my, second cup of coffee, and I saw it's a big table, bunch of fitness lady. They sitting for the fitness company, very famous fitness company, and I didn't know who they are. And then one of the lady was cussing in the Google Maps. They couldn't get their location online, and they had to open in 2 weeks. She was mad, and at that time, I was working with Google as an agency, and we were in charge of the maps and locations. And then I got up, I was in the line, and I heard the lady. I said, "Ma'am," I went to talk to her. I said, "Ma'am, hi, I'm Rami." I said, "Hi, nice to meet you." I said, "Why you're so upset?" And she said, "Yeah, this is happening." I said, "I think I can help you." She said, "How? I don't even know you." I said, you know, do you believe in God?" And she said, "Of course." I said, "Then I'm your angel." And then I got her laptop. 5 minutes later, I put her location online. I scanned it. I put my code. I told Google that I'm here. Actually, give it to her, and she said, "What? How did you do that? We tried to get a hold of the Google for 2 months. No one has even got back to us." I said, "I'm just here to help, ma'am.
Mm,
I did my job." And I went back in the line, got my coffee, and she came back and said, "At least can I have your card?" And I gave her my card. And then 3 weeks later, the director of operation, this fitness company, that called me, and he said, "I know what you did. That was very, hopeful, and I really appreciate. Can I buy you lunch?" I said, "Sure." I got to know the guy. Make the story short, uh, that client was hundred thousands of dollars a month for us
mm,
for many years.
yeah,
That company was Orange Theory Fitness,
yeah.
one of the biggest fitness brand, and I'm still friends with the founder and everything. It's just
Mm,
this is the power of connection with people and
yeah.
help with no expectation. If she wouldn't call me, I would be okay, or he wouldn't
Mhm.
call me, I would be okay. But when you give, this is people don't understand. When you give with open heart and with
Mhm.
no expectation, God will taking care of you.
Yeah.
Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe in 10 years. It doesn't matter. Just trust it. Trust the process.
Mhm.
And it happens for me many, 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 many times. And if we just think as a leader like that, let's help our
Yeah.
staff, our people.
Yeah.
They're gonna be there for you. Trust me, they're not gonna leave you. They're not gonna cheat. They're not gonna perform bad. They're gonna just meet their numbers. But you gotta be there for them. Like it's like a marriage. I'm gonna be there for you, honey. You're gonna be there for me. It's a fight. We're gonna go together.
That's right.
If we don't understand that, it's so simple. It's a school level thing. It's
Hmm.
just I care, you care. I'm there for you, you're there for me. Let's go
Yeah.
make it happen. Simple.
Yeah.
Love is not one way road.
That's right.
The same thing with organizations. Simple as that. But that was my last story. Sorry.
Well, you just bring connection off the page and you make it
Yeah.
realistic and you make
It's
it,
realistic. It's
we
real.
don't have to make it so hard. It's a choice and it's intentionality. And I love what you said at the beginning. I love so many of the things that you said.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the call, you said, look at your resources and then be resourceful. And I think,
Absolutely.
first of all, it's about being willing. It's about being intentional. And then it's about taking action. Choose to
Yep.
connect. Even if you're an introvert, choose to connect because it is a choice. And, not waiting for that big connection. It is every single day. I so appreciate how you model every single day. How can I help at least one person, which then manifests into two and three. And, the evidence then becomes you are taken care of. And
Yep.
yet, that isn't the expectation. The expectation is I am going to come alongside people and I am going to choose to connect. So I love your power of connection. I
Thank
love how
you.
you make it so simple, Rami.
Thank you.
So I just want to encourage everyone to tune in to Talk to Rami, your own podcast. And I just want to thank you so much for your time
you.
today and all of your knowledge and wisdom and encouragement. You certainly made me better and every single one of our listeners. So Rami, thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure to be here and talk about what we talk about, leadership, empathy, and just, connection. That means a lot. And I hope we can help so many people along the way in the future as well, because we're all here for one purpose. Just help others. That's it.
That's right.
But thank you.
And with that, Rami, I want to thank you again. And to our listeners, thank you so much for tuning in to Unleashed, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks for listening to Unleashed with Wendi Swanson. Make sure to subscribe and follow to be notified when the newest episodes of the podcast go live. Please take a moment to rate and review us. It helps others discover Unleashed and join our movement of forward-thinking leaders. You can find contact information and important links in the show notes. Stay tuned for the next episode, and remember, keep leading with authenticity, embrace change, and choose to live life unleashed.